checklist, kind of making sure there's nothing wrong with the plane or the propeller. Yeah. So we're just making sure everything kind of checks out okay before we you know,
Put our lives
pack up and go. So yeah, we'll check kind of how much fuel we have, how much oil. We'll kind of check all of our flight controls, making sure nothing feels, you know, not smooth or anything like it's being blocked. We'll kind of just walk around, inspect kind of different vents and things, making sure none of those are blocked by any dirt or trash that could have blown in or something. So we'll kind of do that together. I'll kind of walk you through kind of what I'm looking for when I'm doing that, and then once everything checks out okay, we'll hop in. Bob will go in the back, and yeah, we'll just kind of start up, and everything's going to be again followed by the checklist. Kind of every part of the flight, what we're doing. It's kind of just a good guide, top to bottom, on what we need to do to start up the plane and get ourselves ready before we take off and all that. So yeah, I'll kind of talk to you everything on what we're going through and as we're doing it. And then yeah, like I said, we'll kind of just kind of showing you the basics today on, you know, getting the plane off the ground and kind of just basic flight controls on how to steer it. Kind of do some climbs, descents, and little turns. And then I'll kind of take controls here and there and kind of show you some things that are some natural tendencies of the plane when you go to adjust your throttle setting. So I'll kind of talk about that when it has a natural tendency as you increase the power, and if you kind of just let go of the plane, it will naturally start to climb up. And the opposite happens when you bring all that power out. The nose will kind of start to drop over time. So I'll kind of show you how those tendencies kind of feel as we're up in the air, and then we'll kind of play around with a couple other tools we have. We'll deploy the flaps down. We'll kind of see what that does to the plane. It helps really slow the plane down. And then I'll kind of show you another tool that's really important. It's going to be in between our seats. It's called the trim tab, and it basically, think of it like a poor man's autopilot. So in order to kind of reduce our workload on our hands when we're trying to manually kind of move the yoke up, forward and back, we can kind of use that trim to help us relieve that pressure. And we can have it set up so once we've leveled off from our initial climb into our cruising altitude, we can help rotate that wheel, and ideally we can have it set up so that if we let go of the yoke, it will keep everything nice and controlled, and kind of keep our altitude going nice and consistent. If you don't have it set properly and if you let go, it will still want to keep climbing or descend on you. So I'll show you kind of what that feels like if it's set properly or not. So that's kind of what we'll go through today, just kind of some of that, seeing what everything does, and kind of basics on how to fly, use the flight controls. Any questions on anything?
I'm so excited.
yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, like I said, shouldn't be too bad wind-wise. Hopefully it'll be pretty calm, but it might be a little bump here or there, but shouldn't be anything crazy.
Where do you fly?
We'll depart here and we'll just cross over thermal, kind of just cruise by the Salton Sea area, do a little bit of flying over there, and then we'll kind of make our way back. Typically about like an hour is what I'm aiming for flight time, so we'll kind of just loop around there and make our way back. You all set with
Yeah.
everything you need?
Yeah. Is the airplane on the tie now?
Yeah.